IVP wins at 62. She's a three-time Olympian, and her and her partner have racked up wins. That's right, tour wins in Muskegon, and Denver, and Atlantic City, and now they're looking to do it right here in Virginia Beach. Make some noise for Larissa Maestrini! Now this partner here changed up her season. She has played a dedicated AVP role with her twin sister. But you know what? Says up. I'm going to change it up. This season, she's got 8 on her belt with this brand new partner. They're making noise both in the grass and the sand. And I want you to make some noise as we welcome out her second place finish in Atlantic City. Is her best finish thus far. And here she looks to capitalize and make a first place finish here in Virginia Beach at 6 foot even, at 27 years young. Welcome to the sand, Keegan Van Gunst! Now it's hard to step in the role of a twin, but guess what? Somehow this player is so dynamic and unique, she finds a way to do it. She travels with the biggest crew of roadies I've ever seen in my life, and all of her roadies are just absolutely adorable. Her coach is dedicated on multiple levels, and she does that. She inspects everybody that becomes in her life with a sense of dedication and passion for the game of volleyball like she has. She stands 5'8". She's from Groveland, Florida. This is her 46th AVP event, and with a 14th different partner for 46 events, but guess what? She's making noise with Miss Van Gunst. I want you to make some noise for the one and only Miss Aurora Davis! Starting at now 2-0 here on center. Swing down the line, Van Gunst gets the kill. Oh, high knuckle pokey. Perfect spot there for Lily Maestrini. 3-31 now. It's a clips Lily Maestrini. Love the honor call there from Lily.
Hey, great job.
And so we got 3-3. We're searching the next point here on center court. Aurora Davis back at serve now. just as the representative that we are switching sides now, ladies and gentlemen. And a block for point right there from Maestrini. Wow, go Bernard. Larissa gets a touchdown. It's going to fall for a point. We got 4-7-5 now. Tegan Van Gunst back to serve. We got 5-5 tied up here on center court. Great shot there. Lily finds the perfect corner, make it 6-5. Good listen there. Listen calls it early, and we got 7-5. What a swing on the right side for Larissa Maestrini. What a swing on the line. Davis answers right back. We switch sides now 6-8. Serving 6 now, Larissa Maestrini. With a great assist there from our ball girl. Ace serve for Larissa. Short float serve. Jams it up. And another awesome assist from our ball girl. Thank you, dear. Beautiful set there from Van Gunst, but Lily up there with a block for point. Lily Maestrini gets the point. 11, serving 6 now. Awesome defense. All out play there. There we go. Dropped on that one and beautifully placed. 13-6 now. Switch sides and a technical timeout coming. The AVP is brought to you by Wilson Volleyball, the official game ball of the AVP. Get your official optics. Wilson Volleyball, head over to wilson.com.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Championship Sunday here in Virginia Beach for our Tour Stop Series here on the AVP Tour. I'm your host for the weekend, Jacob Justice. Later on, I will be joined by Kyle Homeyer and Victoria Dennis for the women's semifinals and finals. We are in the winners bracket right now. We have our winners semifinal, so the winner of this match will move on to our championship bracket. If you want to follow along on the bracket, head over to avpamerica.bracketpal.com to see the men's and women's bracket. You're able to see all the past matches as well if you go to the AVP Beach Volleyball YouTube channel. All the live streams from yesterday on Court 1 and 2 will be posted there. We're going to have action for you here on center court all day long. We had a lightning delay yesterday, and so we had some early matches this morning. 7 a.m. start time for Katie Piles, Katie Hogan taking on Carly Scott and Katie Dickens. Scott and Dickens won that match. And so they will play Katie Horton and Brooke Bauer. They are over on court 4 right now. Could be a very long day for Scott and Dickens. They win all their matches. Potentially playing 4, I believe, or 5. And we have a great rally here on center court. We're joining just after the technical timeout. And another pickup there from Aurora Davis on the left side of your screen now. That is Aurora Davis in the darker maroon top, and then her partner Tegan Van Gust in the 210 Beach San Antonio tank top. Taking on the Maestrini is a very familiar face here on our tour series. They've won all 3 of the events that they have played, so they took the gold in Muskegon to start the year, and then we moved on to Denver, and then they actually skipped out on Wapaka. I believe they were playing in the Hermosa Beach event out there in California. And then Atlantic City took home the win there. And so they are looking to add a 4th under their belt. Maestrini's playing together all season long. This is their 13th event together. So Tegan Van Gunst at the service line. And a great shot there from Larissa Maestrini, standing at 5'9". Both Larissa and Lily are out of Brazil, currently residing in Florida though. And so Lily and Larissa have a 17-10 lead now in this first set. We're going to be playing match play all day today, so best of 3, 2 sets to 21, and a tiebreaker to 15 if needed. But we'll switch every 7 points here. So 18-10 will add up to 28 points, and we'll take a side switch. That is Lily Maestrini back at the service line, standing at 6 feet even. Lily has won 3 AVP titles, all alongside Larissa this season, and 2 FIVB titles back in 2018. But this short serve is going to go to Aurora Davis. Nice high set there. But that is going to be onto the top of the antenna and out of bounds. Mishandling there from Tegan Van Gunst. So 19-10. This is winner, so even if one of these teams loses, they're still going to have an opportunity to make their way in the deep part of the losers bracket. Great swing there. So the loser of this match will play the winner of Megan Rice and Jess Gaffney, who played our last match yesterday. They won in a 3-set thriller against Bree Scarborough and Ashley Pater. That third set was 23-21.
Over the top of the block there.
But Rice and Gaffney are taking on Kaylee York and Macy Jerger. So they will face off the winner of that. But we have set point opportunity number 1 now for Larissa and Lily, and that serve just wide of the sideline. And so 12-20 now. Tegan Van Gunst at the service line. Tegan with a float serve on to Larissa. And a high line for Larissa, picked up by Davis, but just out of reach of Van Gunst, and that will do it for set number 1, 21-12 for the Maestrinis. So we're gonna have a long day of volleyball. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few moments after a quick break.
It's the choices we make that define us.
Tryon Trevor is coming off a tough, heartbreaking loss.
And ultimately, the enemy is within. Some people want it. Some wish for it. But others make it happen.
Tryon Trevor is super lethal, bringing fire and passion to the court.
How will you take charge?
Get ready for a whole new wave of White Claw. New full flavor White Claw Surf. Sensational refreshment for a taste like no other.
Welcome back to the action here on center court. Out of the end of the set to start the second. That is going to be a side out for Aurora and Tegan. So 1-0 here to start the second set after losing the first 21-12. That serve is out of bounds there from Aurora Davis.
Lily Maestrini going back to serve.
Aurora and Tegan playing together for the 8th time on the AVP Tour. Took a 7th in Muskegon, a 9th in Denver, and 2nd place to the Maestrinis here in Atlantic City earlier this year. And a block touch there, but through the hands and down for a point. Larissa Maestrini putting that one away 2-1. But this is Aurora and Tegan's 8th event of this season, which is tied for the second most of any team, men's or women's team anyways. Only other women's team to have played 8 is Deanna Kraft and Allie Wheeler. But on the other side of the net, Larissa and Lily have played 10 together this season, the most of any team in any of these events. Wow, and what a great hustle play there from Aurora Davis, and the soft pokey over the top of the tape will fall for a point. Tegan Van Gunst with the precision. That is a great pickup there from Aurora, and Tegan finds the open sand. So here at our Tier 3 series, on Friday we had our qualifier, so we had 8 teams moving on through a single elimination bracket on the men's side and the women's side. We had 16 teams into the main draw from, I believe, 1 wild card and 15 teams that were in based purely off of points. And so those 8 teams filtered into those 16 and gave us a 2014 double elimination bracket, as Larissa Maestrini gets an ace through the top of the tape. And so our Tier 3 series, these are, and an overpass there from Aurora Davis gives Lily a good redirect kill there off the block. So our Tier 3 series, just below our Tier 2s. Our Tier 2s are 16-team main draws based purely off of points. So we've had events like Fort Lauderdale, and we were supposed to have one in Atlantic City. That one has been moved actually to December, the first weekend of December, the 2nd through the 4th, into Orlando, the Central Florida Open. It's going to be a bit bigger of a prize purse, not much, but provides teams with more points, as well as, again, that bigger prize purse. But next weekend, coming up in just a few days, we have our Gold Series. These are our Tier 1s in Chicago. Last week we had Manhattan Beach, which was incredible. The big daddy of them all. So 3-6 now here on center court. Davis and Van Gunst trailing here in the second set. So one of the largest differences between the Tier 3s and obviously the Tier 1s is that huge prize purse. So a $50,000 prize purse here in the Tier 3s. And on the Tier 1s, a $300,000 prize purse split between the genders. And Manhattan Beach was a unique one. So our Atlanta series, or our Atlanta Gold Series event, had 16 teams. We had 4 teams moving on through, I believe, our Muskegon event. And so the way the tiers work is playing in these lower tiers, finishing in top 4 spots will get you a bid into one of the Tier 2s or even Tier 1s. I actually believe Manhattan Beach was from the Wapaka top 4 finishes. So that's why we saw some familiar faces here in Virginia Beach, like Kyle Friend and Timothy Brewster, who are the 1 seed here this weekend. Nice high set there from Tegan, and a block by Lily Maestrini. So 8-4 now. The Maestrinis have just been dominant this year. This duo is going to be wanting to get some momentum heading into Chicago, as they'll need at least a 5th place finish in order to qualify for one of the 6 spots available for our Phoenix Championships, which is an invitational, I believe, in October. Tegan Van Gunst with an off-speed shot there into the angle. That will fall for a point. So 5-8. We're going to switch next point. Oh, and a beautiful cut shot there from Lily Maestrini. A picture perfect across the top of the tape, down and into the court.
Larissa back to serve now.
So we're very excited to be here in Virginia Beach, and a jumbo deep to the corner. Aurora Davis finds the open sand over the defender and blocker. Love to see a good jumbo early this morning. It is early, but it's already heating up, about 83 degrees here. The humidity making it feel a little bit hotter. And a block for Tegan Van Gunst. 7-9 now. Davis and Van Gunst making this a 2-point game now after trailing by 4. Cut that lead in half. For Aurora Davis, this is her 46th AVP event. But her and Tegan have been taken on this tour series by storm. So they got 2nd place finish in Atlantic City this year. And another block there for Tegan Van Gunst. Back-to-back blocks there for Tegan. And it is now a 1-point ball game. Serve now on to Lily. High set into the middle for her. And a shot picked up by Aurora. Shot off the tape from Aurora. Picked up by Lily, and jumbo to the corner, and Lily Maestrini. The high shot to the corner will fall for a point.
Great touch there for Aurora. Davis is going to go out of bounds. We got 10-8.
Aurora Davis with a good touch on that one, but just out of reach. So that will be 10-8 now. Lily Maestrini back at the service line. Float serve short to Aurora. Option ball from Tegan. Hand dig, but into the net and down on the defensive play. So a side out there for Davis and Van Gunst. An option ball there from Larissa Maestrini. Puts that one away. 11-9. We're going to take our technical timeout. Next point. So we'll switch sides and give our players a breather and a little chance to refuel before we head into the second half of this second set. Lily and Larissa took the first one 21-12. It's high pass there from Aurora. And a soft roller down the line will fall for a point. 10-11. Davis and Van Gunst trail by 1 in set number 2. Don't go anywhere. We have more women's winners semifinals coming up in just a moment.
Here we go, ladies.
Back to the action here on center court out of our technical timeout. Aurora Davis at the service on the top spin, but taken by Lily Maestrini, and a side out for the Brazilians. So 12-10 now, 2-point lead. Back-to-back blocks for Tegan Van Gunst. Brought this back within 1. But a side out will give them a 2-point lead here. So Lily at the service line. She's going to be running up to block for her wife, Larissa.
I know it.
Good no-one call there from Aurora Davis. So Tegan Van Gunst will put that one away on the good communication from her partner.
Perfect spot, deep jumbo. We got 11-12.
So 11-12 now. And an ace serve there for Tegan Van Gunst. Another float serve there from Tegan onto Lily. And a cut shot there for Lily Maestrini will find the sand for a side out. Not much of a breeze here, so wind is not really a factor so far for these teams today. As the day gets warmer, we might see a little more. Little miscommunication there from Davis and Van Gunst. Looked like Tegan was trying to run a set behind, and Aurora pushed that one forward. So real point for Larissa and Lily, 14-12. Nice set there in the middle for Tegan, and a big swing out of the middle. Puts that one away, 13-14. We're gonna switch next point. Touch low there on the serve from Aurora Davis. So we're going to switch sides. 15-13 now in favor of the Maestrinis. They took the first set 21-12. So Lily at the service line again. Reception ball there from Tegan Van Gunst. Dug, though, by Lily. Deep roll shot picked up again by Lily. And picked up and put away. That is going to be a real point for the Maestrini. 16-13 now. Closing in on the final stretch of this second set. So the winner of this will be into our championship bracket. So they'll play later on at about 1:20. The loser of this will play the winner of Megan Rice and Jess Gaffney taking on Kaylee York and Macy Jerger over on court 3 right now in our contenders round of 16. So switching genders every hour after every match.
17-14 now here in set number 2.
So here at 9 o'clock we have women's winners semis with 2 rounds of contenders going on the outer courts. Next up we'll have here on center court Travis Muerter and J.M. Plummer taking on Peter Marciniak and Tim Baumgren, who we have seen on tour a couple times this year. Both those teams playing together quite a few times this season. We're going to take a timeout here first on center court, 18-14. The Maestrini's looking to put the second set away and the match to punch their ticket into the semifinals. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a moment. Want to take a quick moment to thank one of our sponsors, KT Tape, helping athletes of all levels train longer and finish stronger. KT Tape. Out of the timeout from Davis and Van Gunst. Larissa Maestrini at the service line. Short serve off the top of the tape picked up by Tegan. Big swing there, dug by Larissa. And wins the joust at the net. Larissa Maestrini muscling that one through the top of the block. 19-14 now, just 2 points away from putting the second set away. Tight set there from Aurora, and a soft shot past the block from Tegan Van Gunst will get them the side out. 15-19. We'll switch next point. Larissa Maestrini on the point just before with a great dig and win on the joust. She is the all-time leader in FIVB wins, 62 total wins for her. And another dig there from Larissa. And put away 20-15. We're gonna have match point opportunity number 1. We're gonna switch sides first here on center.
Do yourself a favor and come here. Tegan, I'm gonna card you in a second. Come here. Stand where you're kicking the ball.
So match point opportunity number 1. Lily Maestrini at the service line, looking to punch their way into the semifinals. Tegan Van Gunst puts that one past the block of Lily Maestrini, puts that one away, 16-20.
Big swing and a cross-court kill for Tegan. We got 16-20 as she goes back to serve.
So Tegan Van Gunst at the service line. Lily and Larissa with an opportunity to side out and put this second set away. But first, an ace from Tegan Van Gunst, 17-20. Down the line of Larissa Maestrini, in for a point. Another good serve there from Tegan, but taken by Larissa. High roller picked up by appealing Tegan. High off the top of the block, and back-to-back points now for Davis and Van Gunst. 18-20. Trying to battle their way back. Another tough serve there from Tegan onto Larissa. Tight ball poked, picked up by Aurora. Option ball high into the net. And that will do it here for set number 2 and the match. Lily and Larissa Maestrini moving on to the semifinals. Aurora Davis and Tegan Van Gunst will play again in about 2 hours.
Great job on both sides of the tape. Tegan Van Gunst
Taking on the winner of Megan Rice and Jess Gaffney against Kaylee York and Macy Jerger. Head over to avpamerica.bracketpal.com to follow along on the men's and women's side. Up next, we're going to have a men's winners semifinal match. So Travis Muerter and J.M. Plummer taking on Peter Marciniak and Tim Baumgren. Don't go anywhere. We'll have more action for you here in a Virginia Beach Open all day long.
Dear Mainland, aloha. My brother and I hear that most of you only disable your phones when you fly. You call it airplane mode. But maybe you don't have to get on a plane to get away, yeah? Allow my brother to demonstrate. You know what we call this? Kona mode. One life, right? Mahalo.
Longboard Island Lager and Big Wave Golden Ale from Kona Brewing.
We all know it's a good idea to recycle. But what happens to that aluminum can or all that paper after you put it in the recycling bin? Where does it go? What does it become in its second life? See how WM is always working for a sustainable tomorrow at WM.com/stories.
Could fight and find our freedom. You and I, the sky, the moon, and the light was just a ride. Share a little love, share a little love. Learn to respect one another. We could find a way to make another day.